like I was doing a bid, that I was the crazy one in my head. But I know you have a hard time looking at yourself in the mirror. The ugliness in your reflection couldn't be any clearer. You might be smiling now, but I'll feel it when that karma has been delivered. Has it been delivered? I know you can't stand to be alone with your own thoughts. I imagine it being like trying to crawl out of a grave from being buried alive. I have no remorse for the actions that had my hands tied. I was pulling out my hair. I became so tired of the sleepless nights that had me sleeping in the daytime. Your friends were calling, but unlike you, I had no time to play live. You had me drained from my roots. I could hardly stay alive. I became dry. I was like a genie through the wind when the sands fly. I had granted you more than 3 wishes. I found it complex to understand why those dark shadows in you couldn't stand my little light bright. I had to plan how I would escape from this mental prison. Your hands had once before planted a seed that didn't grow, an excuse from a man that had no excuse at all. Tried to blame the spirits in your system, but that whole night you could recall, I recall. How could I have in any way become an enemy that led you to pushing me into a wall? Then it hit me. You needed to feel big because next to me you felt small. You needed someone to blame, and I was the closest thing. I was managing my life, but instead I was managing everything. I had mistaken love for grief. It seems I was responding to the significant loss I allowed you to develop inside of me. I was impregnated with the idea that I needed you, but you needed me. I had to start showing you what you were playing yourself to be. The one who is naturally lead, the one who is steel after turning mud to concrete, the one whose feet still carry her when her mind was left to bleed. After being picked apart, but there's a secret, I had plenty more seeds. I own the property, you never had access to this deed. You were a squatter stealing rent for free. So when it comes to the chatter, I know the truth, and so do you. You never owned anything. So when you speak my name, just know you can never play me like a game. Sorry.